Tesla update here on the 10th. So in the video yesterday, I talked about being short at 176, 177. Worked out pretty good. I wasn't like completely short. I'm long overall on Tesla, so I'm delta positive, but hedging my position. And we got that move down. CPI was too hot, but also you could tell that this is probably going to sell off just based on the structure of this. So big move down, choppy move up, bear flag, third wave, whatever you want to call it, big move down. So I did take profit on all those, even though we did not come down here to this demand zone right here. And now we've created a new supply zone right up here. We have a gap right here at 175.73. So tomorrow is going to be interesting because I'm curious to see which one plays out. I'm leaning towards this being ABC now, but it's possible that this ends up being like that, or it's going to be like this. So I'd prefer the ABC, obviously, because the ABC means we're going to go up afterwards. If it ends up being 5 waves, then we're probably still going to pull back, but then that's going to be another short opportunity. That probably means we're going to be heading lower. So I'd prefer to see this ABC move, because then zooming out, I'm looking at this as a first wave of an overall third wave. If it's 5 waves, so that's the ABC move, I'd be looking for this. And probably all the way up here to 200 if it's ABC. If it's 5 waves, so if we do this, let's say we come all the way down here to 165 tomorrow, maybe even right away. If that were to happen, then I'd be looking for a pullback, probably, and that'd be a short, because then we're probably doing this, and we're probably going to come all the way down here to 151. So 3, 4, and 5 like that, bounce, come down lower. So it really depends. Tomorrow is going to be interesting to see what happens. I'd prefer to see it invalidate a 5-wave move, which is definitely possible, because if you take this as an expanded flat is what it looks like to me, it can go all the way up here to the 1.61 fib at 175.21. That invalidates the first wave. But if it stops right here at the top here, like 173, then again, it can just go like this, 5 waves. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Those are 2 different possibilities. These are the 2 zones you're looking at. 164 to 169, 174 to 177. I don't expect it to get above 177 tomorrow. So that is what we're looking at on Tesla, and that's going to determine probably if we're going to go down after earnings or go up after earnings. So pretty interesting. This is how I trade every day, and it's pretty accurate, I would say. QQQ. So we did go down. We were down way more, though, and very choppy day. And I would favor... This is pretty much ridiculous, though. Look at this chart. This is getting ridiculous. It's just back and forth. I mean, everyone's guessing at this point. No one knows what's going to happen here. It's probably better to even zoom out. And really, I think the only way to be accurate right now is to look at the demand and supply zones. We're in a demand zone right now, so I would favor the upside back up here to 440, 442. But if it does come down and break below 433, we have a gap down here at 425. I personally think we're probably going to hit down here at 430 to 425, just based on what's going on with CPI and stuff. I think we probably need a bigger correction. And I would prefer that. I'm tired of chopping around. We need a correction, reset everything, and then we can go higher after that. But right now, in demand, you got supply here at 440, break above that, 444 to 446. we'll see what happens with QQQ. Let's go over some of the other tech stocks that I haven't looked at in a while. So this will be interesting, looking at Microsoft. So Microsoft, as long as it does not break into 415.92 here soon, then this can still be a 5-way move. So that's possible, but it can also be this. ABC. No, I'm sorry. A. This would be B. So A, B, and be working on the C leg down here, back down to 400. If this were to happen, then I think QQQ is probably going all the way down to 425. So if this ends up being down here, then QQQ is going to go to 425. So this is actually pretty pivotal right here. Let's zoom in here a little bit farther. And yeah, I think that there is a decent chance of this happening, although it's tough to tell. So I'm really just going to use the invalidation levels right here, 415.82. This gap's filled right here. So yeah, pretty much up from here or down here to 406. If it crosses 415.90, then you know it's probably going all the way down here to 405.77 to fill this gap. Nividia is still in that demand zone that I talked about the other day. It did come down a lot lower, but nice move off the lows, ended up positive on the day. And this still can play out where this is a start of a 5th wave. So it's definitely possible that this 4th wave is finished. And if that's the case, we're heading up here for a 5th wave. SPY. I have the demand zones highlighted here. We have a demand zone here at 511 to 507. Below that, 496 to 492. Let's go on the daily. So this is definitely a corrective move. Pretty obvious. But it's probably going to come down here to 511, I would think. Break below that, you're all the way down here at 496. We can look at the moving averages too. I would be looking down here at the 50 at 507. For the next spot, we finished below the 20 today. So that is bearish down here to 508. Break below that, and then you're hoping that this holds at 492 to 496, which you could be heading all the way back down here to 461. So we are on the edge of standard deviations though, so I expect this to hold right here and then go higher. The target is up here at 546. So expect down here at 507 to 546. I'll go back on QQQ and look at the moving averages. We finished above the 20, so not totally bearish yet, but based on SPY, I would say has a decent chance of getting down here. It's going to be interesting to see if it does, though. I don't know. We'll see. The dollar. Oh, and the dollar finally popped again. And look at that. I've had this supply zone for such a long time, up here at 105.59. This tells me that we're almost finished with this 2nd wave correction. What comes after that? Huge move higher. So really, this next week or so is going to be buy the dip. You might see a little bit more downside going into OPEX now. And as long as 107.35 holds, next leg down takes us to 96. So from 105 to 96. Think about how much equities are going to benefit from that. So I'm looking at this. April of 2025. I think it's probably going to be more swift down here, but we'll see. Clean Spark. I'm just going to go over some random stocks now. Let me know if I missed anything you want me to look at. So I have this as in a fourth wave of a third wave. So I still have this as a lot of upside. I was trying to figure out if I was wrong on this, and it's actually this is actually like a third wave is already finished, but it looks to me like this is right. So fourth wave we're making right here. It's broken the parallel line right here in the middle. There is a gap down here at 11. If it goes down at 11, that's still valid. It has to break below 775 to invalidate the whole move. So again, Clean Spark is looking great. Maybe you get something like this, or maybe you stop right here and then it moves higher, and that wouldn't even be the top. And if we zoom out here, I've drawn it all up. This is probably going to 77 bucks. Crazy to think about, but the way that this moves, it was all the way up here at 24 at one point. Now we're at 15. This is a buy the dip in my opinion. I would even be, I don't have a position on this, but this is probably going to move higher than all the rest of the minor stocks. So looking great. What else we got here? Alt 801 looks bearish to me. You have the 200 down here at 576. Like I said, it's below the 20 and the 50. You have your last demand zone right here at 759 to 802. Needs to hold this area right here and bounce. If not, it could be heading all the way down here to 570, 580. iRobot, oh man, really gave up some gains. 1076 all the way down to 920, did hold the 20. But this could be a second wave though. Let me zoom in here a little bit farther. Very well could be a second wave, or it could be a, there's a gap down here. Is that a gap? No. I think this is actually the weekly demand zone. We broke it, so it doesn't matter anymore. So we'll see if it holds the 20 DMA. There's so many gaps up here. I'm really hoping this stock can, I have a small position in it. I'm hoping that it can take off, break the 50, and then move up. The 200s all the way up here at 30 bucks. So it can move all the way up here to 17 bucks, I think, if it breaks the 50 DMA. Hit this gap here at 1660. Mara. So I missed this zone somehow. I don't know how. This demand zone, we hit it today. And you have the 200 right here. So it can come down here a little bit farther, maybe to 16 bucks. I would expect it to hold the 200 DMA though, and head higher after that. It's got a hold right here at 1468, and I think that this can be third, fourth, fifth like that. And everyone's getting really doubtful on Mara too. I think there's probably going to be some more upside on that for sure. MP looks great. It hit here. It recovered pretty much the whole move. So big move down and recovered. That's probably the fourth wave right there. We're still in a third wave in my opinion. That was the third wave, fourth wave. This might be going all the way up here to 1950, and that would only be the third wave. So big move on MP. Some billionaire investor bought it from Australia, and it's been moving ever since. So looking great. And AMD still looks like crap, but I think this is almost finished. I think the fourth wave ended right here. It might have actually already finished. It filled the gap today at 165 and bounced. So that might be it. I was looking at it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be finished. If so, look for this to retrace to the 0.5 fib, which is going to be right around 193. So I think that's probably it. Maybe I'll look at a few other ones. PayPal, if you're holding PayPal, this looks pretty good to me. So to me, this is either going to be this could be a wave 1 or X wave. I'm considering it WXY. I think that this move should be going all the way up here though to minimum 72 bucks, maximum like 75 bucks. So you have another 10-15% higher. I think this can go. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, Boeing. Boeing went lower. So Boeing broke below this. Let's see where it's at in relation to all the moving averages. Again, just super bearish. And it's getting closer and closer. You have a demand zone here at 167 to 169. And then you have that monthly demand here at 150. It might be going to 150. The 0.5 fib, again, like I talked about in the last video, is already hit it. So you could technically still buy some, but I think that there's a very good chance you're going to see 150. I think that's pretty much it. I'll look at IONQ real quick, and it went down more. Told you this was bearish yesterday. Look where it's at. It was at 840 yesterday. I said do not buy this. It's heading down here straight to 720 in my opinion. And then you're going to look for a bounce and then another move lower down here, probably to 550. I'm going to leave it at that. You can put in the comments if you want me to look at any stocks or you have any suggestions. I'm always open to suggestions for stocks to buy that you think look bullish because I don't usually scan for stocks. I kind of just look around and try to chart random stocks or popular stocks. So let me know in the comments if you got anything for me. I'm going to leave it at that. Like the video if you want more content, subscribe, and I will catch you tomorrow. Maybe I'll do another video tomorrow.